dreams. She's got a bad attitude, can't you see? Fruity beauty, fat flex, but she shapes to be. Freezing, don't care, facing the screen. Ruling girl world like it's her scene. She's got a bad attitude, can't you see? Fruity beauty, fat flex, but she shapes to be. Freezing, don't care, facing the screen. Ruling girl world like it's her scene. Just breezing today, ain't no one can catch. Calling out the fakes, leaving them in the patch. That baddest woman with a smirk so mean in the murky depths of live stream. She tears down the walls with her wit so raw. Filters off, can't handle her flaw. Sharp tongue blade and a smoldering smile, leaving haters burned, exiled. Just breezing today, ain't no one can catch. Calling out the fakes, leaving them in the patch. That baddest woman with a smirk so mean in the murky depths of live stream. She tears down the walls with her wit so raw. Filters off, can't handle her flaw. Sharp tongue blade and a smoldering smile, leaving haters burned, exiled. She tears down the walls with her wit so raw. Filters off, can't handle her flaw. Filters off, can't handle her flaw, leaving haters burned, exiled. Living each moment without a damn care. Streaming her truth for all to share. Girl world shaking under her reign. Feel the wrath of just Breezen's name. Living each moment without a damn care. Streaming her truth for all to share. Girl world shaking under her reign. Feel the wrath of just Breezen's name. Living each moment without a damn care. Streaming her truth for all to share. Girl world shaking under her reign. Feel the wrath of just Breezen's name. Just breezing today, ain't no one can catch. Calling out the fakes, leaving them in the patch. Baddest woman with the smirk so mean in the murky depths of live stream.
Good morning from me and my mean smirk. How the hell are you? Happy Friday. I am in a spectacular mood. I do have to say that. Do you want to know why? For one thing, I decided I wanted to look like the women of the San Gabriel Valley and look cute to run errands. So I got these leggings from Walmart. They're butter soft. I don't know. They're soft as hell. Anyways, I got 3 pairs. They were $7, so nobody yap at me. They were cheap enough. And then I got cute shirts to mix and match with them. And anyways, I look very cute. And then I put on some hoop earrings, and I took the extra time to scrunch my hair a little bit more. And after I went to go get lab work, that didn't happen because their system was down. And they didn't have, like, unless you had the lab forms with you, they couldn't pull it up. And I don't have any doctors that actually send me with anything. I don't know about you out there. Anyways, so I waited for a bit and then realized I will just come back on Monday. And then I went for a run, and I didn't actually mean to. I'm feeling really good about myself. Can you tell? Can you tell? Anyways, I came home, and then I decided to try Coco's new martingale collar out to see if she would be able to get out of it. And I walked, and then I was like, let me just see if I can run now that I've been hiking, if it's going to come easy. I mean, it wasn't like the easiest thing in the world. I wasn't flying, but I did it much easier than I thought I could. And now I'm going to run again later. So I'm in a really good mood, and I look cute to run in. Coco's asleep. It's Friday. The weekend is going to be amazing. My nephew decided that he wanted to play Nintendo, like the original Nintendo. So my sister found one and got all the games that her and I used to play. So tomorrow with the kids, we're going to order pizza and play Nintendo games, and I think it's going to be a great time. Anyways, good morning, everybody. A run. I went for a run, and I could do it. Anyways, and Coco, when we got back to my house, she didn't want to go in because you know Coco, like she would walk all day if she could. So she was trying to get out of the collar and harness, and she couldn't. So these martingale collars, they do really work. I was against it at first when I saw it, because I thought it was like the old school collars, and I don't want to do that to Coco, but it's not. It just basically makes it impossible for her to get out of. And you attach the collar to the harness with, I call it a concubine, but that's not the word. Carabiner. something like that. Anyways, there's no way for her to get out, and it works. So yay. So for the first I don't know if you guys want to go on runs with me, because I'm going to start trying that more when it's super hot. It's just there was another person died from a rattlesnake bite. And we're in a heat stroke warning, like a heat wave. Anyways, so I don't know if I want to be up there with all the rattlesnakes and my legs just being out there, you know? So maybe the days where it's super hot and we can't go up there and hike, we could go for a run around the neighborhood and you guys could build up your stamina and lungs with me. Let me know if that's something you're interested in. If you can't tell, I go through certain things where I'm really obsessed with hiking, and now I'm really obsessed that I can run. So we might have to do that more. On the cool days, we will definitely go back up to the hills. But when it's like 90 degrees, you know, I think that I'm just going to let the rattlesnakes rattlesnake up there and keep my happy ass on the ground. Free the people. Have a wonderful day at work. Ruby, hello. Hey, Aaron. Have a good day at work, too. Let me see. Candy. Am I missing anybody? I don't think so. Lori, I hope I said hi to you. All right. Anyways, I think I've yapped enough. Hello to Twitter and streaming there, too. I don't really remember what happened with Foodie yesterday other than she went out. I do have a clip of that. She ate a huge pizza the size of her ass, and she uses the Cpap as an oxygen tank when she's sealing. So, you know, her life is going amazing. It's going amazing. I don't think she got her monetization back. I don't think she did. All right, let me share my screen. I have all the things to gossip about today. I have Rosie. I have Amber Lynn. I have Chantel. I have some spec stuff because she doesn't shower and I want to know why. Okay, here's the thing. I don't really need to know why, but I don't understand why anybody would come to the internet and brag about being stinky. Like, it's not cool to not clean your home. It's not a flex to not wash your ass. I don't know who needs to hear this. If you are wondering, I took a great shower today. My hair smells amazing. And I feel very clean. And the world thanked me for it when I went out in public. Anyways, Yaba said 600 LBs chasing a kid around who lives at home with mommy is legit insanity. His mom probably decorated his room. I know the dude is either mentally delayed or a complete fucking degenerate. Can't wait to solve that mystery. Whose mother would let their son bring this home? Boy, this is going to be good. I would not. I would have some things to say, and especially to her, and I would tell her she would not be staying under my roof. Groceries are expensive, and I don't have locks on the fridge. So, and not my child. Anyways, can you imagine going to somebody's house to hook up and their mother is in the next room knitting? Country Witch said, man, that's Ambi's twin. She likes them young, birds of a feather. It's gross. She's 34. And this seems like a teenager. I mean, I hope I'm wrong. Buttered Crumpet said, is this boy 18? Because she could be his mother if she had him at 16, and that creeps me the fuck out. She wouldn't be staying in my house near my son, and I'll leave it there. I hope she's live when it all kicks off. Lazy Texican said, quit being so damn jealous. I know. Yeah, but how do you sleep at night? How? Having your own home. Being able to hook up with your wife without a mom in the next room. Where's your astronaut bedsheet? Where, Yaba? Anyways, I got nosy yesterday and I DM'd Ron. He is Sofa King. He didn't flat out say it, but I said, so you're Sofa King? And he put an angel emoji back. So that was the sign. And then I showed him some screenshots I had been seeing. Anyways, I asked him if he's still supporting Chantel, and he said he never fed her. He definitely donated a lot of money, but what she did with it was none of his business. I can't remember what he said about rent, but he said he hasn't helped her at all recently. So I don't know who needs. Now, he's lied to me before. I don't know. I think I kind of believe him. I don't think he has helped her since a bunch of shit went down. It seems like he is in the reaction channels chats now. I don't think I've seen. Well, no, that's a lie. I've seen Sofa King and Chantal's chat like last week. Ron, is that Sofa King you? I'll be waiting for the DM response. I'm very nosy. I mean, just don't lie to me, please. It really, really irks me. I really don't think I cared that you were Sofa King, to be honest. I got to know, well, I think I got to know the real Ron, and he seems lovely and delightful and funny. So I don't really care if he's Sofa King, but it's a little weird if he's still feeding Chantal, especially after everything she's done. But he says he's not, so there's that. Anyways, here's a clip from Chicken Pickle. Oh, Silly It's Silly posted it and said, Gonorrhea Baby, aka Foodie Beauty, from our favorite pickle.
Hello, little gherkins. Well, Gonorrhea Gabby has had an eventful week. Her throat clap is back and she broke down in the scoot. Miraculously, there was a beezer nearby who definitely isn't stalking her at all that helped her get home. Let's get into this little recap.
It's like less swollen. I forgot about the doctor, shoot. Yeah, I just woke up not long ago.
Hello.
Maybe it isn't a goiter and it is the gonorrhea. I don't know. I've never had it in my throat. You'll have to let me know. If you have gonorrhea in your throat, does it swell like that? Okay, to be fair, I have a mini fridge in my room and I have no money. So you could get them for a really good price at the Sam's Club and Costco, especially around Christmas time. So I don't know. Hello, sunshine. Nicole, hello. I want to go to metal detecting, but I have no clue where to go. Do I just go to somebody? No, go to a beach. You'll find all kinds of stuff. If I wanted to lug around a metal detector, I should do that. And do you know how much more Walmart I would be able to afford? Nicole, we'll go do it together. We'll become beach bums that comb the sand. We'll find people's Rolexes, fake teeth, and everything else. Anyways, I need you guys to know that this wonky-eyed person has a lot of things to say about us. I don't know if we're fat or if we're skeletal today. She'll have to let us know. I don't know what her channel is. Do you? I think people in my comment section were asking. I have no clue. Maybe if you just search Squeaky from Beezer, it'll come up. But if anybody knows what her YouTube channel is, please let me know so I could subscribe and keep you guys updated. I will go in the mountains and try to find stuff. And you go to the beach? Yes, the beach is... Oh, okay, that's far. Go to the beach metal detecting. You can find things. I feel like people find a lot of cool stuff there. Anyways, Stop Crime said, public warning. A potential stalker known as Squeaky has been spotted hiding in bushes and passing out sunglasses to lure victims. She was last seen with an extremely obese hijabi woman with a broken down scooter. Tone said that, oh yeah, Foodie wants to move back to Cornwall. Do you remember what she said about Cornwall? And that she feels bad that her family has to live there. I feel like she called it trashy, the people trashy, the place trashy. Anyway, she's going back because I don't think she's getting her monetization back on YouTube. And she's coming to terms with it. And Ron isn't paying her rent anymore. So how is she going to afford this place? She even said she's not talking to her family or she's not seeing them much these days, which is very, very telling. I feel like I can't get rid of mine. Like they're all up in my business. So it's very telling that she doesn't see them much. Tone said Foodie wants to move and she wants a car. So it's time to start begging for donations again. God, I hate her. She deserves nothing, not a fucking penny. Why should her whole life be paid for by strangers while good people struggle? I hope she does this on her next meal. I was going to say inshallah, but I don't want to offend anybody on this Good Friday. Les Nessman said she's at the point where she knows she can't continue to put up $2,260 every month. She isn't making it, and word on the YouTube streets is that Sofa King is paying a large portion of it. You said he's not anymore. When was he paying her rent? When she was still with Salah or at the villa? Ron, I don't know if you're listening. I have so many questions, and I don't know if I'm going to remember them later, so please pop in if you're here or lurking. You're not in the LCU anymore, right? I think you're allowed to come back around. Anyways, James said, remember when her loving husband gave her a treadmill? That always makes me laugh. Remember when he told another woman, at least I can carry you? That still makes me laugh. Blondie said facts. Tone said he might as well have thrown the money in the trash. Remember when he was going to build her a gym? That never happened. He knew that he would have put in hard work and she would have went to it once. What's the point? He could spend the money at the Red Room. Anyways, Lori is going to recap this at some point. I don't think it's up, but don't you worry. I have recaps for you. I said Chantal is sick of her place that the Beezers got for her. Mrs. C posted this clip. I don't know if you're here, Mrs. C. Thank you for this.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm okay.
Hi, Sue. Hi, Ma.
I don't know what I'll do if that doesn't happen. I don't know like what else I'll do for my birthday. I'm kind of sick of Ottawa too. Like I don't really want to live here. I might like when my lease is up, I might move. I might move to the Court or something.
Your lips are so chapped.
I don't know.
She always has the sniffles. Have you noticed that? Her nose is forever running. Mine does when I go up in the hills with all the flowers, but hers just runs in her house. Savage said when our lease is up, girl, we know you never honor your word and we'll definitely skate out on that contract and run home. Rojo said, I think Salah wants more money, so she needs to move to a cheaper place. I don't think she's paying her rent. She will say she's moving, but is getting slow evicted. We shall see. Regina said she's 42 and her biggest life concern is what she's going to do for her birthday. Funkle stunted. Wookie Lover said she gets bored laying around all day in the same place and living like an utter slob, trash and shit everywhere, piles of clothes and bottles everywhere. Her place reminds me of Shani and Revs, who are under a bridge. Maybe Foodie can join them. Frosty Toe said she wants to be moving back to Cornwall. Me thinks she didn't get remonetized. Someone just asked her in the chat. She looked awful and didn't really acknowledge it. Free the People said, I agree. I think she's getting evicted. She's a bum, a lazy, dirty bum. Sue said, I believe she has hypoxia. All the signs are there. Hold on, let me look up what it is. Hypoxia. A condition where the body tissues are deprived of adequate oxygen, leading to symptoms like rapid breathing, shortness of breath, confusion, headache, and skin color changes. Causes include respiratory issues, COPD, pneumonia, cardiovascular problems, high altitude, or choking. Treatment involves supplemental oxygen, mechanical ventilation, and addressing underlying causes, which makes sense why she's using the Cpap as her oxygen. Like she's just laying there using it now during the day. Dwight said, I for one am excited for this turn of events. If she's not going to be taking advantage of Squeaky's valet and driver services, moving back to the old stomping grounds brings Pete's into play. Familiarity breeds loss on inhibitions. Bring on the attention-seeking antics. Shugal said, I think she realized she cannot afford the place and that she needs help. Funeral Bee said, I think she's going to get evicted soon. Hannah said, I mean, won't she have the same issue in Cornwall? I know the rent would be cheaper, but she literally only goes out for food. Pete's, her mom, sister, and her aunt are the only people she sees. And while they're all there, that would require effort that she's not got. Frosty said her going back to Cornwall has nothing to do with seeing her family. She doesn't give a shit about anyone but herself. It's all about cheaper rent and relying on her family more for help, aka driving her mom's car when she wants, free dinners, etc. She's selfish. Mandy, how much did you miss? Not much at all. I feel like we just got started into the recap a few minutes ago, maybe. Maybe, like, I don't know. You haven't missed much. She ate a pizza the size of her head. She's using her Cpap to seal. She's still fat. There you go. And when she's moving back to Cornwall, she can't afford the rent. Her cat is so cute. Rand said, yes, the good old sleep through Ramadan to avoid active fasting schedule. Julie said she was complaining about not being able to sleep at 10 a.m. And I highly doubt that's true. We all see the deep Cpap marks on your face. Your body is probably close to a coma state when you sleep, trying to recover from the damage you inflict every day. her house is like a flop house. It's messy. Random people just come and go. She sleeps all day. I don't know about you out there, but if you sleep past, let's say, 8 a.m., do you feel like you've wasted the whole day? If I sleep till 6, I wake up in a panic. Like, oh my God. Queen Jellybean said, since Foodie had to cancel the trip to Malaysia, Salah will disappear again. He was only talking to her and making her think they're together again because he wanted that free vacation she was about to be paying for. I know, her cat is so cute. She doesn't deserve her. I want someone to save the cat, the poor baby. It's not getting enough water. There was people saying that it's too thin. She's too thin too. Well, Foodie just stays feeding herself. I don't think she cares if anything else eats. Oh, I love her. Look at these eyes. I wish you, however this looks like for you, to get away from Foodie Beauty. You are far too precious and innocent, and you did nothing wrong to deserve the owner you got stuck with. I don't know if you need to plan your escape, or if an FFG will, hopefully not FFG, if a bees or somebody will come rescue you, but I pray that you get out of that hellhole. I pray that you do. This is Foodie eating. Oh, wait. He's only talking to her, making her think they're together again. I think I have a clip. Doesn't she slip up and tell on herself that she had to cancel the tickets or something? If Salah paid for them or got them, wouldn't he have done it? I don't know. I think I eventually have a clip. I don't know where, though. Crochet with Ashmi said she got an email from Qatar Airlines saying that she's eligible for a refund on her upcoming flight because those whose husband supposedly paid for the tickets, oh, this is it, is the one who gets the airline email and has to tell her husband, who supposedly paid for the flights, that the trip may be canceled. What if she didn't even get these tickets and she's going to pop up at Fat Camp somehow? Anyways, we knew Salah didn't pay for these tickets. Mrs. Fupa Booty said, is the trip actually canceled or may be canceled? I had to dip, so I wasn't watching. Crochet with Ajmi said, at minimum delayed. I think airspace and travel is closed in the area during the window she was thinking of traveling. Salty Ann said, good point. Rule number 1 always. Jam called her a fucking liar. Sue said, a liar has to have good money, so not cutie then. What is this?
I was watching My 600-Pound Life, and one woman had a fupa this big hanging down to her knees. Crazy. I was watching My 600.
How do you not see your fupa balls right here? And they're even longer, lower, larger now. Just saying. A rumble in my bottom said, how big are the iFupas going to get? Oh my gosh. They look so heavy. Don't they? Like it would be an effort to hold those babies up. How does she not notice that? Nick, I don't know. The audacity, right? Richie said, you should not be able to pinch an inch on your forehead. Dwight said, that she isn't freaked the hell out by the swelling of them. It has to hurt. Chaos Rain said, it's like Tammy Slayton's socket, only surrounding and below the eye. She doesn't have big badge eyes. A rumble in my bottom said they can keep the sun out of her eyes, I guess. That's true. Not that she ever sees the sun. This person said, I hope she gets the signature Tammy forehead. Well, it's coming in nicely. Her eyebrows look like a villain's. Have you noticed that? Most Disney villains, I don't know, their eyebrows are arched, but also like squiggled. And that's what hers remind me of. Anyways, Sayla V said regarding Foodie using her CPAP while awake, what it could mean. Okay, what does it mean when you're 355 pounds and feel like you need to use your CPAP while you're awake? It says feeling the need to use a CPAP machine while awake can indicate a few potential issues. It may suggest that the CPAP machine is not providing adequate support during the day, which could be due to a leaky mask, incorrect air pressure settings, or discomfort with the mask. It could also be a sign of residual sleepiness from sleep apnea, which may require adjustments to the CPAP therapy or additional treatments. It's important to consult with a healthcare provider to determine the underlying cause and receive appropriate treatment. I think she can't breathe, and she needs to come to terms with that. Would you be able to breathe if all that weight was on you? Rojo said at Yaba, which is YouTube Underground, you've been correct all along, and this is what we're all to believe Salah slept with every night. She's definitely using this all day. Stella has nowhere left to go. Yes, they do. Fat rolls on your eyes, for fuck's sakes. My ex had Disney villain eyebrows. I told him he looked like Jafar. I went through a phase where I willingly gave them to myself, and I don't know why. I look back at photos and I'm like, why did I do that? Thankfully, I think I have a pretty normal arch these days and no unibrow. I don't constantly look surprised or angry, so there's that. Oh, the Podacity said Cannibal Lecter. That's what she looks like, Cannibal Lecter. This is her disgusting apartment. How do you let this just pile up? Yikes. She's a slob. You know what I was thinking of? BG has toys, which is nice, but did Julia have any? I can't think of Julia ever playing with anything. She was just stuck looking at Chantel all day. Do you remember a toy? Look, the water bowls are empty. Oh my gosh. I hate her. I thought that was a pack of cigarettes on the floor. I'm like, why are the Newports by the cat's dishes? Anyways, there's no water in them. I don't see any. But Foodie stays fed. Does she have 2 water bowls because the water doesn't get changed frequently? Probably. Pigs live in a sty. Julia played with olives in Syria. Ember said, I want to thank you. Aluminum, hi, by the way. Not even one. Yeah, she just had the olives. Empress said, I wonder if she's avoiding the ER or the doctor because they've already told her what she needs to do to help herself, and she hasn't been doing any of it. I know even if you're like 10 pounds overweight, I feel not 10, but let's say you need to lose a little bit of weight, but you're not Chantel's size, right? Like I'll speak for myself. I remember during COVID when I ballooned up, I stayed eating during COVID because I was fucking bored and I couldn't leave the house and I couldn't do anything. I was bored, so I ate. Okay, that's what I did. But I dreaded going to the doctors every single time because I had a doctor who would always point out that I needed to lose weight. And every time I come, I've gained. And like I would feel anxiety. I would. And even when I became underweight with my anxiety over a year ago, I would still get that same anxiety going to that doctor. Like I didn't want to have to hear about my weight. So can you imagine being Chantel's size with all these health problems and every time you go to a doctor, you've gained and what they must say to her? Oh, the Podacity said, the place looks like a fucking crime scene. I would like to punch her in the Cpap face for letting that poor underfed kitten live like that. Even I went to the doctor like 3 weeks ago. It was a new doctor. My insurance changed. Anyways, I got a new primary care physician and I had to go see them for the first time. So you know how like first appointments go. They always ask like, do you drink? Do you do drugs? I say no. And then they always say like, do you smoke? And I'm very honest about that. And I say, yes, I vape. I got a huge lecture about popcorn lung and what vapes can do to you. So again, think of that. Like think of being Chantel saying she drinks, she smokes, she does all this stuff, reckless sex, and the lecture she must get. It does look like a crime scene. It looks like somebody broke in and ransacked the place looking for things to steal. But that's not what happened. Chantel is just lazy. And she has a washer and dryer, doesn't she? There's truly no excuse. I feel like I'm doing laundry every day, sometimes multiple times a day. How about you? And do you want to know why? It's not because I have a laundry fetish. I don't like seeing clothes pile up. Like, that truly makes me anxious. I don't know if anybody else feels like that out there. That's why she won't go to them in person. Exactly. Yeah, she's got a washer and dryer. And she pays rent. So, I mean, most places, well, I don't know. I've lived in places where it was included and where it wasn't. Either way, I don't think she's paying like the full amount of what it would be to do laundry and run your washer and dryer every day and your shower and dishwasher, right? Fondue Spiteful Bitch said, I remember one day in support group, Yaba said she knows Cutie wears the CPAP when she's laying down and not sleeping, and she was 100% right. Cutie is treating it like supplemental oxygen. We are almost fully bedbound now. Okay, and even if she didn't need it in that second during the day, I think she's doing this for somebody. We know that there's people out there that like to feed people, and they like to see people struggle to breathe and struggle to do daily tasks that most people can do, right? There's people that really like this. That's why Foodie did the walker thing before, where she was walking around using the walker. She didn't need it with her gut up there. That's why she filmed herself falling on stairs. That's why she films herself struggling to breathe. She used to do it a lot more. Anyways, there's people out there who like that. Think of Justin Feeder, who really loved women with their oxygen tanks and big old bellies. Like, maybe Emily's paying her. What is going on in the corner of her eye? And I say this from somebody who has permanent dark circles. Yikes. It's not that she's letting herself run out of medicines like insulin. Do you know how scary that is to do? And she thinks the inhaler, which she also ran out of, is helping her when it's CHF. Clutter, my nemesis. I used to do Zins with my ex. The doctor said it will mess up my gums and teeth and to stop. I did after stopped being with my ex. Good for you for stopping. He really wasn't a good influence in my life. Are those the tobacco pouches? I feel like I wouldn't like the taste of that. Shoecow said, Foodie is again using her CPAP machine while awake and on stream. She cannot breathe normally due to her poor health and weight. She literally needs an oxygen tank if she's using her CPAP when awake. Well, if she does need oxygen, she won't get it because she doesn't want to go to the doctor. Performative, to be honest, Frosty said. Sometimes I think it is. Sometimes I think when she shows herself struggling, there's somebody paying for it. Just like somebody pays for her to get white sauce on her face. Hi, Nina, I'm talking about you. You're a feeder. Are you into struggle corn too? Does it really do something for you when Chantel can't breathe? You should feel ashamed of yourself. I don't even like this woman, but like, I'm not trying to take her out. Letitia said, why is she so nasty? Look at her head wrap. Look at the clothes on the floor and everything else on the floor. Do you remember when there was poop on the floor at the villa? I'm sure there's cat poop and pee somewhere in all these clothes and mess. She's going to have bugs, and I don't know what she has against getting pedicures. Sorry, I could see her nasty toes at the bottom. At what point do you... Okay, is her toenail black or is that old nail polish? And at what point would you not just take it off? It's so bad for your nails to leave nail polish on that long. Ew. Well, Foodie doesn't like to clean. This is why Salah doesn't want to be with her and why her family doesn't want her in Syria. She's a slob. She's a slob. Wasn't she supposed to be a trad wife? She doesn't cook. She doesn't clean. She doesn't do laundry. She's disgusting. Oh my gosh. Would you go out with this? I'm pretty sure there's food crumbs, dandruff. I don't know what this. I think the threads are coming apart because the chins are trying to be set free. And what a moment to join. All I heard when coming down, you like struggle. It's black. The nail polish would have been on for over a year at this point. It's not nail polish. Wow. It's amazing how much she's changed since she got there in October. She's probably gained 75 pounds or more. It looks like it. Brendan said the chat is suggesting another beaver tail bees after the Cpap session. These people are sick. She has a lot of words for the reaction channels. We're haters. We're the worst people in the world. We don't spend enough time at the park. Anyway, she makes it sound like we are out plotting her death and like rooting for her to die soon. And maybe some people are, but it's her own beezers, her friends, right? In her chat that are constantly feeding her. That's like if one of you guys offered me alcohol, right? Knowing what my struggles were before with it, I would assume you would want me dead if you offered me a bottle of alcohol. Foodie, your beezers want you dead. Not the reaction channels. We just know you're going to die. I mean, shit, we're all going to die, okay? But you might be going sooner than others. Fondue Spiteful Bitch said, bitch, I mean big, big. She's bigger than her couch. Oh my gosh. It looks like she's wearing a sumo suit. But that's her own fat. Can she even fit on the couch anymore? She is the couch. I mean, she's starting to look like Rosie. Do you see it? With the 9-mile fupa? They're twins. Nothing But Love said, please stop telling us you aren't at your heaviest. You are at your largest. I don't care what this scale says. Your body is so fucked from diabetes, you can't even sit up to eat. What will be rock bottom for you, cutie? I don't know. I think she's had several bottoms and she just keeps falling. I mean, wow, it's terrible pics, but her toes are rotting off. I think she has a toenail fungus. That's not black polish like people assumed. I thought it was. And just maybe that part was somehow still staying on. I think she has a toenail fungus. And her toes are rotting off. Is your nail supposed to be that color? Aside from the black part, is that not giving fungus to you? Nicole, you do nails. That one toe is curling. I don't know why I'm still looking at her feet. I am going to go for a pedicure this week. That's what I'm going to do. That's not a fungus. It's her toes rotting off. Do you think she'll eat her toes when she finds them around the apartment? She'll think it's like a Cheeto or something. Oh, God. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm sorry, you guys. Doc Remy LeBeau said, can't hold her body upright to eat. She can't breathe. Her chins are begging desperately to be freed. The woman claims to be hotter than 90% of YouTube and insists that she gets any hot man she wants. Okay, I do have to say, nobody cares about this, but I have to get this thought out. I was so against hoop earrings before because I figured I would yank them out of my earlobes. And they're just staying in here. Now they're small hoops. Like they're not the hoe hoops because I don't think I'm there yet. Those I will definitely yank out. But these small little ones, I mean, I really feel very cute. If you are struggling with feeling cute, buy yourself some cute leggings, some socks to go with them, a shirt to go with them, and some hoop earrings, and spray on some perfume, and you will feel like you got ready for the whole day, for the whole year, okay? Anyways, Foodie Beauty not being able to breathe. Here we go. Well, this is a good time. You know, if this is all it takes to be paid, I too can go live later and clank my spoon around on a plate and go, you know, where's my feeders at? Just kidding. I don't want to be fed. Let's look at the comments. Acadia said she has to be over 400 pounds now. This is what she looked like at the villa when she was 339. I don't think she ever breathed like this. She's the heaviest she's been. I don't care what she says. She is not 330, 340, nothing. While she's just sitting there clanking the spoon around, she breathes like Darth Vader. Ugh, it's horrible. Anyways, do you notice the lack of fupa? While it wasn't small, it's not hitting her knees, or her ankles. She has one stomach, one. She's not sitting in the splits like she has to do these days. Raised Octillion said, how can she swallow properly lying on her side like that? See, I choke just sitting up trying to breathe air. Can you imagine? I would die if I tried to eat laying down. Oh, I love Richard Simmons. I hope he's okay. I haven't really checked in a long time, but I went down this weird rabbit hole at one point where I think he was being held against his will, but then I don't know if he came out and said that he wasn't. But when I think of Richard Simmons, I just want to put on some short little shorts and jump around. That's what I want to do, to some good music. Tink Tink Boop said, speaking of chins, enjoy. Oh. I feel like we should help them. They are signaling that they can't breathe. They're saying SOS. Can you hear it? They're saying, help me. Free the chins. I'm going to make merch. You know when there was a Free Britney movement? We're going to do Free the Chins, okay? They're struggling. I feel like when we see something that says, hey, I can't breathe, help, we need to listen. I don't know how we're going to help her, but, well, we don't want to help her. I want to help the chins. That's it. That's all. Willow Jamie said, this is not 350 pounds. How does she expect us to believe that? Her face has tripled in size in months, and she chews with her mouth open so she could get more air. It's scary. You know, I can't breathe through my nose, and somehow I managed to chew with my mouth closed. Maybe I should win an award. I don't think she can breathe if her mouth, I don't think she could breathe at all. So maybe, well, also there's people who will pay to watch the food in her mouth, but she's constantly gasping for air. So if her mouth was completely closed, she must feel like she's suffocating. You want to know who else lays on their side to eat? Doc Remy said that's exactly what I think of when she's laying and eating. Liv says, well, she says she thinks Salah is hot, so they're not actually hot men she could get. That's true. She gets really weird men. Like defective men that nobody else wants, that the rest of the world has thrown away. Like Salah with his mingled 2-incher, and that's on a good day, and STD, or, well, I was going to say STDs with the natter, but natter with the STDs. Those are the kind of men she could get. Natter was in prison for stabbing his girlfriend. Salah wants to shit on people and grape them, you know? These aren't like the pillars of society that anybody else would fuck with, nor are they attractive at all. I don't know what happened to Natter other than drugs and Salah. Like maybe at one point when she first met him, he didn't look like he did now, but he looks like a pervert. He looks like somebody who peeks in people's windows. He looks like a flasher. He looks like a fart sniffer or somebody's follower. Like, have you ever seen the news? There's people who are just trying to shop at the Target or the Walmart or wherever. And sometimes there's men following down the aisles and they keep bending down near them. There are fart sniffers. That is Salah. Godseed said, I have a conspiracy theory. I may be wrong, but something is suspicious. I think YouTube lover might be garlic bread. It's funny how they left Chantal's chat and mysteriously garlic is going live. I thought the replies to this were interesting. Like there's some crazy people who don't want to hear a word about garlic bread, whatever you want to call him. So to you women out there who lose your shit over him, he is almost the size of Chantal and he door dashes. He eats cupcakes for breakfast. He also has a fupa. So I don't know what you're losing your shit about. Logical said, yeah, totally, LMFAO. Like that literally doesn't mean anything. Elaine said, that's so interesting. It would not surprise me at all. Truthsayer said, "Oh, speaking from experience, I see, since you're such a lurker and content stealer. It takes one to know one." Does Bad Seed steal people's content? Fired Up said, "You're a nut." And Kalia just put this, I believe there are sock accounts that are garlic bread. I don't know if I believe YouTube Lover is garlic bread. I mean, anything's possible, I guess. The man has plenty of time on his hands, you know, in between DoorDash orders. He could be everybody. Are you serious, or are you saying, I always forget how to say her name, but AYS, the cunt lady I don't like? If she has a sock account in Chantel's chat and is there every single live yapping to her, or damn near every single live, why wouldn't Garlic Bread have one? Queen Jolly Bean said, "If I was Foodie's mama, I'd slap her in the mouth with a slipper for chewing like this." Well, while I don't condone that, let's watch the clip.
Encouraging my demise would be, go on, eat more, eat more. Most people just mind their own beeswax, because guess what? No amount of people telling me
Hi,
don't eat
Genevieve.
pizza is going to make me not eat pizza.
Lilith. Okay. It doesn't even look good. I mean, if you're happy eating, I guess keep eating. Who am I to tell you to stop? Why don't you eat anything that looks appetizing, though? Acadia Strong said she knows it irritates people, and that's one of the reasons she does it. She also can breathe with her mouth closed. One day she's going to suck food into her lungs and end it all. I'm genuinely curious, what are you guys having for lunch? Tomorrow I'm having pizza, but I couldn't tell you the last time I had pizza. I really couldn't. I have no idea. So it's not something I have very often. I will probably have a slice. That's what I'm going to have. But for lunch today, I got stuff to make these tea sandwiches. I really like them. It's just white bread, and then you make a cream cheese and fresh dill with a little bit of mayo spread, and you mix it up. You could even put chives in it. I have chives I'm going to add to it. And then you put it on your bread, and then you chop up some English cucumbers. And they're these little tea sandwiches, and they're so effing good. It fills me up, and I'm excited about that. And then for dinner, I'm probably going to have a fruit salad with some cucumber and watermelon. And I'm going to eat pretty good today, because tomorrow I am going to eat like shit with my slice or two of pizza. Wookie Lover said, AYS is mean. She has this switch and you have to be fake in her chat. I don't like people like that. She's just very fucking, I don't know. I'm sick of her. Like, she has this holier than thou attitude. And if she decides she doesn't like you, like, she will lie about you. She's done it to me. She's done it to Nicole. I mean, she's friends with Specs, so that automatically makes me question her. Like, how great of a Muslima can you be? Like, how, I mean, she wants to be this pillar of society. How amazing can you be, AYS, if you're watching Chantel eat herself to death and you're friends with a crazy lady who threatens to come to my home? You know, you're not above anything. You're in the mix too. And then it's like, oh, everybody's allowed. All things are allowed. No, no, no. No, no, no. Everybody is not welcome. Savage said, encouraging your demise is actually more like you're doing great, cutie. AYS reminds me of FFG, where if she doesn't like you, she will claim you're all the things, right? Like, if FFG decides she doesn't like you, you're automatically an anti-Semitic. It's just how it goes. And she's claimed it so many times that nobody believes her anymore about anything, right? If you say anything other than FFG's chins are not as big as Chantel and she is the most beautiful person in Canada and she's not a stalker, you're anti-Semitic. And that's what AYS reminds me of. If you don't like her, you're Islamophobic. Be like Water Baby. There are a few reactors I can't stand. You know, I don't have a problem with Bad Seed. I don't know if she still supports FFG. I think that was my only thing where I was like, how could you support that woman? And then one day I remember she made this post that was very clearly to me, but she didn't tag me, which I thought was really, I don't know, just tag me. And she accused me of stealing her thumbnail. And had she had watched live, I still wasn't mad. I was just like, are you serious? If she had watched my live stream instead of just looking at my channel, right? Like she would have seen I put it up and I said, this is where we got our thumbnail from. It was Bad Seed who posted it. Like it was very, like I gave credit and everything, but like she made a post about how she doesn't appreciate people stealing her thumbnails. Da 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 da. I don't know. It was very clearly to me. And so I just assume she doesn't like me. I have no clue, but I have no problem with her. There's a few reactors, I think. I mean, we all have opinions, right? I'm full of them, and I just happen to not keep them all to myself. I think the only person or reaction channels I don't like FFG. I don't. I never have. I never will. I think she's psychotic. While everybody was praising her, I don't know. I saw a woman with bad hair and the size of Chantel, so I didn't understand why everybody was telling her how much she wasn't like Chantel and how she should keep showing up at public places. Chantel was. I don't know. I think that's the main person, right? I can't think of anybody else. I don't really. Oh, AYS. Obviously, I can't stand garlic bread. To be honest, I don't really care about him. I don't understand how he can have an opinion on Chantel when like his life is in the shithole like hers. Right? Like his life is not amazing. While he may have done one or two cool things in his life that he still brags about, like the reality is he sits at home with his mom all day. He eats cupcakes for breakfast. He door dashes. At one point, he made it seem like he didn't need to do YouTube because he made so much money at his regular job. Well, he's doing YouTube full time and door dashes. Just want to say that. And I think he's a creep too. Like he lies. He picks out women in communities. He goes from community to community and picks them out. And he looks for single moms. He looks for people who are in recovery, maybe new to it. He has a type. He has a type. Sparkle said she does it because she knows it annoys people. She knows what she's doing. Only way she'll ever get paid. That's why you all need to stop reacting and commenting. I've never supported her. It's to the point I can't even view reaction channels covering her. She's disgusting. Lee Smith said, I love that she thinks life is game and that she's winning. Obviously, we know that she's not. In fact, she's losing hardcore. The Noid Droid said, my mother sat me down at the kitchen table when I was 3 years old and taught me to chew with my mouth closed, as well as basic table manners. There's no excuse for being 42 years old and eating like this. Absolutely disgusting. I know my parents growing up made it a point, like they wanted to make sure when me and my sister went to other people's houses, like nobody would send us back complaining about us, right? So I was taught early on, please and thank you, chew with your mouth closed, ask if you can be excused from the table, use a napkin, don't blow bubbles into your chocolate milk. I feel like I learned that pretty young. I quit watching FFG when I found out about BBJ and she refused to answer. I've only seen like 2 or 3 videos of FFG and she's vile. She's so angry. Like we can all talk our shit, right? Like we can agree with that. It's fun to talk shit. It's fun to come on here and talk shit about things, whatever. But like to constantly be able to fire up a live stream and be so filled with rage every single stream. And then when she's not raging on a stream, like she's talking shit with her dad on Twitter and threatening people and offering money for people's docs. Like she is just one angry person. It's not normal to chase your coworkers with brooms. It's not normal to be so awful your family exposes you on Twitter. A lot of what she's done is not normal, but I think people believe she was doing so much better than Chantel and she was different than Chantel. When it turns out everything FFG told us was a fucking lie. Everything. Crochet with Ashmi said, Foodie has a doctor's appointment tomorrow, which is today, and has to tell her doctor she took way more insulin than prescribed. I don't think she's going to keep her appointment. Maybe she will, but... Salty Ann! I could never watch... good to see you. I could never watch FFG because she yelled all the time and she said the worst things. Remember when she would call Chantel's mom like a teenage whore or something? I mean, like I said, she's so fucking angry. She's got a gutter trash mouth and needs to be. Yeah, FFG is gross. She is. It seems like a lot of people's eyes have been opened to her, you know, and maybe things that they let slide. They're like, wait, was that really okay? So Wookie Lover said she's dumb for letting herself run out. That's for sure. He shouldn't just stop or she shouldn't just stop and start stuff like that. And then without insulin, eating all this crap. And I said, if she has a doctor appointment tomorrow, she's on purpose eating tons of carbs so they give her even more. She does this type of shit when she plans on an emergency visit for meds too, in my opinion. Phoebe said, everything is fine, guys. Savage said, seriously, what the fuck is she doing? It's not like an antidote for shitty food. You don't just take more so you can eat worse. Duchess said too much insulin and she could end up like Senny von Below? I don't know who that is. Shugal said, God, she is just a form looking at this point. Is this just another virtual appointment? And a rumble in my bottom said, yay, I hope she goes. Sammy said, believe it or not, her body is literally starving. All the junk she is eating, it cannot utilize for fuel. So it constantly signals hunger. Meanwhile, all those excess calories get stored as fat. If only there were meds. Lauren asked, what is she eating? Crochet with Ashmi said, Red Baron pizza. That face. She looks like S-Jam so much more when she does these faces. I'm convinced they're related. I am. Okay, more of her with her pizza. Queen Jellybean said, you fat, grotesque, feral, inbred walrus. This is why even Salah, who was turned on by the thought of sucking farts out of an online stranger's ass, would eat in a totally different room than you. Between the farts, the nom 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 breathing sounds before you've ever even tasted the food, and the breathing that sounds like you need 3 oxygen tanks. You are one nasty fucking hog, is what they said.
For the meek shall inherit the earth. I don't know. Excuse me.
Great. This is so appetizing. It's not, Anne. Mandy. Blueberries. That sounds good, Sue.
For the meek shall inherit the earth. I don't know.
For the meek shall inherit the earth. Okay, well, we got to look at these replies. Valerie said, is she wearing the couch? It looks like it. Oh my gosh, Reese actually said she had to make gut room for a whole entire pizza. Loretta said, worrying about traveling to meet up with her romance scammer when she can't stand to cook or wash dishes, gets out of breath sitting and talking, and has replaced walking anywhere with riding a mobility scooter is next level insanity. Foodie, get your shit together for goodness sakes. Lee Smith said, no way in hell can she do anything if they go to Malaysia. Her breathing is shocking. I don't think she planned on doing anything if she went. To Foodie, vacation is staying in and eating and sealing the whole time. To me, vacation is going out and seeing things. That's me. Nordroid said, how is she not embarrassed? I don't think she can get embarrassed anymore. Like, think about it. If you were constantly rewarded for your gross behaviors or addictions, why would you need to change? And why would you be embarrassed? She's constantly being rewarded. Well, until very recently, and she's been getting demonetized and has to move and all that. But Chaos Rain said, that was some divine comedy. Immediately after the meek, I thought she said the meat. The meek shall inherit the earth. She shot herself and low BMI, excuse me. Wookie Lever said, yes, eat this pizza, then need to only down with the Cpap for a while. Now that is weird. Shugal said, JFC, her cheeks get bigger by the day. She's so swollen. She looks like a bloated dead whale. She does. Tone said, something tells me Foodie got chewed out by her fart-sniffing romance scammer for being a fat glutton. Now she hates music and is eating a salad and is miserable doing it. She's performing for him, pretending to be a dainty Middle Eastern woman. What a fucking joke. Yeah, the salad really canceled out the huge pizza you ate to yourself. You're showing us. Savage said, and me thinks she got rejected by YouTube. Old girl didn't listen when we told her the reapplication will be a manual review. And what Foodie Beauty does off platform absolutely matters. But to your point, yeah, something is definitely up because she's in a damn tailspin right now. Brown Eyed Girl asked, how long before she abandons the hijab again? Tone said, not until she no longer has interest in Middle Eastern men. It's the only reason she pretends to be Muslim or the next time she gets mad at the fart sniffer. Titanium said something needs to change. What a miserable life. Chantal's Fupa Boyle said, what? Hates music? Miss breaking into random songs constantly? She's really trying anything now to get an invite. Why does she have to hate music for Salah? He doesn't hate music. He dances with all the boys on a Friday night in somebody's living room. I've seen him. They were having a whole club in Allah's house. Fondue Spiteful Bitch said, it sounds like fraud to me. I bet the Super Walmart in El Dorado would love to hear about this, you stupid motherfucker. Okay, Teardrop said, so Walmart shipped my cat food and delivered to wrong house. So I got online talking to them, so they refunded me like in 10 seconds. Then 20 minutes later, a neighbor brought over the cat food and left at her door. Oh my gosh. She said, oh yeah, real quick, here. Yep, free cat food. She says, oh yeah, I've seen it happen. This was a first time for me though. And she only likes to travel with him because he does absolutely everything for her like she's a child. She said she doesn't like jewelry. She likes to travel. No, she likes to sit in hotels and eat in other countries, not a traveler. She doesn't experience anything other than the food. Brand said she's taking the unreliable scooter out at 9:45 p.m. at night in horrible weather conditions. I end up having a clip. I got it, I believe, from Unicorn Pondu, but it's a few minutes away. We'll go to it in a second. So this is Foodie in Cuba and then Foodie now, right? So it's Cuba versus now. And you're smaller now, cutie. She is Delulu and she needs to be in an inpatient program ASAP. So this was her in Cuba. Do you notice the fupa not going past the knees? And then let's look at her now. Jeez. I'm sure everyone under the sun has been clipping these things from Kik and sending them to YouTube. She's not changing it. She is getting worse. She is. Big difference. Exactly. And she was, what, 330 something here? And we're supposed to believe she's around the same weight? No fucking way. No way. All right, let's keep going. She does look like the couch. Herpling through the diabetes said, the back fat is spilling over the bra now. It's running out of places to be stored. She never had this a few years ago. But she's lighter than she was back then. Sure, Jan. Wow. Do you try to match your couch? I don't think I have anything that matches my couch. Maybe I'm doing life all wrong. How Hypocrisy said, now? As if that's something new? Girl, where have you been? They said, I've been here the whole time. Queen of Sweden said, to be honest, her back fat has always swallowed her bras. But it's more fat. More fat now than ever. I mean, even her armpits have fat. And Brielle said, someone said she looks like the boneless sofa in the kitchen, and now I can't unsee it. She didn't deserve that beautiful Cuban beat. She didn't. I really do think that she knows something is wrong with her and she don't care. Maybe. I mean, she has to know something's wrong with her. Maybe she just wants to live out the rest of her days beezing. But what's crazy to me, like if I had a short amount of time to live, I feel like I would want to see a lot of things, not just stay inside eating, right? Like if I, But I guess everybody handles things differently. But most of her life has been inside and isolated. And it's sad that she wouldn't want to be around her family. She just wants to be with a large pizza. That's sad to me. It truly is. I don't like this woman, but it's sad that there's nothing in her life that she wants to get better for, right? If you're in recovery, think of like, I know you're supposed to do it for yourself, but sometimes in the beginning you have to do it for somebody else or something else. I know for me, it was for my daughter. It's a big reason why I consider her my angel, right? And then once I started getting sober and things started getting back to me, coming back to me, I had more things to stay sober for, right? And then at some point it went from being sober and changing my life to my daughter to for all of us, right? She has nothing that she's supposedly married to the love of her life, her soulmate, her handsomest husband. She doesn't want to stick around for him. She has the cutest cat ever. She doesn't want to stick around for her. That's sad. I'm pretty sure if she was later, then she would be able to walk without the scooter. It wouldn't need to wear the Cpap during the day when she's awake. Cat flap. Her cat flap has tripled in a year. I would be losing my mind. Okay, it's forever going to be known as the cat flap from here on out. Savage said, every time I check this page and see no memberships or join button, my heart skips a beat. Yeah, it's kind of amazing. She thought she was untouchable, and it turns out she's very much touchable. And she has to move because she's probably not getting remonetized on YouTube. She's probably not. Actions have consequences. So do words. Remember, Foodie, when you said months ago how freedom of speech isn't free because there's still consequences to what you've said? Well, turns out there was consequences for what you said and did. Crochet with Ashmi said that she has a doctor's appointment. Savage said this would explain why Foodie looks shockingly worse in the last night's stream. All insulin does is essentially pull sugars from the bloodstream and dumps them into storage/fat cells. If she's both eating shittier and abusing insulin so that she can eat shittier, it tracks. She lost subs, wasn't she, at 112K? She did lose subs. Well, she abandoned her YouTube. Most people, even when they get demonetized, they'll still do things on their YouTube channel for the people who have followed them forever, unless you're Amberlynn Reed or Foodie Beauty and you think that you don't need your subscribers. But Amberlynn, the LCU isn't always going to work out for her. Like, people come and go like a revolving door out of there. She's going to do something so bad, she's going to burn her bridge with them, and then she's going to try to go back to YouTube, and nobody's going to want to support her. Same thing with Chantel. Ricky Bobby. Hi, Ricky. Sniper. Let me see what you said. Funny, last night she said she was going to go to bed early so she could get up early and go out and bees. It's 2:15 her time and no sign of her. She still hasn't posted on her community tab. Hopefully she's okay. I've never heard of somebody abusing their insulin so they can eat more, but it just goes to show you, like, when you're in the throes of addiction, like, I did some crazy shit, right? Like, one time I drank a whole bottle of NyQuil because I was coming down and I didn't have any alcohol. Anyways, like, you do crazy things. You do. Like, I would run into places and run out with 211s under my arms, knowing I was probably going to get arrested and then I wouldn't be able to drink anyways. Anyways, you do crazy shit, and like, you truly can abuse anything. I remember being out of things and looking in my cabinet to see what medications I had been prescribed and what they could do for me, right? That's the reality of it. Like, you look for loopholes, you look for ways around things. You just do. I mean, she's stealing all and abusing her insulin. You know, Britney Spears was put into a conservatorship when she was doing tours and shows. She even had a Vegas residency, and she was put into one. You're telling me Chantel can't be put into a conservatorship? She's abusing insulin. If you're her mother or your family and you're listening, she clearly needs help. She can't make a good decision to save her life. I seen on the show Intervention, this person was, I saw that too. I saw that too. And God didn't make them a demon. And looking back, I remember being in rehabs, right? And like, you're not allowed to have perfume on you. They really take all your stuff. And if you want to use perfume or hairspray, you have to go to the front and ask them and use it right in front of them. But it's because truly, like people, alcoholics, let's say, for example, like they'll look for things that have alcohol in them and they'll drink it. I remember one time I drank vanilla, a whole thing of it. Like, it's just the shit I do. And it's what people do in addiction. Anyways, Tat Von B said, hi, friends. Looks like we won't be getting any good footage from Malaysia. Sorry. Hi, friends. It looks like we won't be getting any good footage from Malaysia. I was hoping we get a repeat of this kind of thingy where the foodie looks like she just had a mini stroke, developed a boil, pooped her pants, and wanted to punch Salah out, all in one boat ride. Yeah, the chemistry is undeniable here.
I hope you enjoyed the video and had fun with us here in this clothing market in Pattaya.
It was amazing, guys.
Let me speed it up.
I was nervous looking at the boats and getting in and out, but once I did it, it was alright.
So hilarious, Allah.
Why does Salah always looks like he has a stick up his butt? Like the faces he makes. He always looks uncomfortable.
But you enjoy the moments, right?
Yes.
So nice place, guys, to visit and highly recommend it. Until then, guys, see you in the next video.
I wonder what happened. They must have got into a huge blowout fight. Like, this isn't On Vacation with the love of my life looks. This is he can't wait to get rid of her. Looks like he has a stick going up his butt, and she looks like she's going to kill somebody. He's embarrassed. I would be with her. I mean, just look at her. She has all the patterns. All the patterns happening. Valentina said she really pulled out the too ethnic for the white kids, too white for the ethnic kids biracial middle schooler poem. She's really serving diabetic delusion. Dumb jackass realness? I don't know. Then ate the whole plate. Okay, let's listen to what she says.
Anyone in the Muslim community either. I just feel like I'm too haram to have like traditional Muslim friends, like in the Muslim community. I find them really judgmental sometimes. And I feel like I'm too religious to, you know, be with people I would normally see in my life or whatever. So it's just like, I don't know. I'm in a weird spot and it is kind of lonely, but at the same time, anyone in the Muslim community either. I just feel like I'm too haram to have like traditional Muslim friends, like in the Muslim community. I find them really judgmental sometimes.
Oh, God. All right. Anyways, she embarrasses me the more she talks. Acadia said in her case, the cow does not make the monk. Oh, the cowl does not make the monk. She's not religious. Paula said too religious. She actually said she's too religious. I mean, I didn't know when she began to be religious, let alone too religious. She shows her fupa to us every day. We see her ball sack. We see her chins. We can tell when she's not wearing underwear. She told men they have a small penis. She almost got arrested, but yes, she screams religious to me. Angie said they don't mirror me or validate me or tell me I'm perfect, so I don't fit in. Living Dead Girl said too religious. Yes, too religious. And the Muslims are too judgmental for her. If I was worried about being judged, I would not join any big religion or any strict religion. I would go to a nudist colony and live my hippie life. That's what I would not put myself in any place where I could be judged if I was worried about all that. I don't know how to break this to her, but there's judgment that happens from in every religion. Every religion. In Christianity, there's also a lot of judgment. I mean, I don't know what she's going to find where you don't get that. Anyways, on her channel, her channel categories are under tourism, lifestyle, sociology, food, tourism, touring hotel rooms and never leaving them, I guess. She's still not monetized, by the way. I remember a time way back long ago when I used to stream snipe, and every time there was a time I was demonetized, and I would still stream snipe her because I would still show up for my audience, unlike her. And she would always say, "How does it feel not getting super chats? How does it feel working for free? Da 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 da." And look at me on my monetized YouTube channel. Look at me go. Anyways, Queen Jellybean said this about her eating with her mouth full, or talking with her mouth full. And 10KD said, "Bitch, you are your own demise." And she says she doesn't care if people say she needs to stop eating pizza. She's never going to stop eating pizza. Okay, so keep your opinions to yourself. Unless you're paying her to eat, she does not want to hear about them. That Kid Cool said, "Rare archival foodie or photo of Pete's and Foodie in an over-the-top public display of affection." I bet he did have to ride Chantal. I bet he did. Anyways, that's a mental image I didn't ask for, but now it's living in my mind and I don't really know how to get it out of there. Yep said, "Foodie wanting to move back to Cornwall because she hardly ever sees her family is very telling. They could be more in her life, but have decided to let her rot in her dumpster of a flat. Seems you have to chase everyone, Foodie. I love that for you." I feel like if I was related to her and I would try to talk sense into her and I tried to help her, I would just stop going around because I wouldn't want to see the person get worse. I wouldn't want to see the person and I don't know how to explain it. I get why her family doesn't come around her. Okay. I'm sure her mother loves her. She gave birth to her. Like, a mother's love is forever, right? But she still has a life to live. Like, she still has another daughter who has things going for her, and she has a sister, a husband, a dog. She still has to live her life. Like, wouldn't it be so sad constantly going over and having to clean up and pick up after somebody, and realizing that no matter how much you wish, want, and pray, like, nothing will change until they get better? Like, I would just stop coming around. I would still check in on the phone, like, "Hey, the offer is still there. If you ever want me to take you to a meeting or for help, I will definitely do that." But at what point do you feel like you're constantly enabling somebody, right? If you're coming over, cleaning up after them, bailing them out of things all the time, like, are you truly helping them get better? Hold on. I don't know. I need to stop sharing my screen because I don't know. Oh, fuck. Well, I didn't mean to do that. Hold on 1 second, you guys. Oh. Okay, so because I'm nosy, I saw this tweet where this Rusher person said, "I can confirm, life with Ron pays half her rent. Want proof? I have personal screenshots. Also, life with Ron is a trust fund baby who spends his parents' money on Foodie. Want proof? I have screenshots." They never posted screenshots, by the way. So I sent it to Ron. I've been having questions and just sending it like, "Is this true?" I said, "Who is this?" And they said, "A troll," because I wanted to see if it was true. He didn't deny it, but this person also didn't have the screenshots. They kept saying, "Want proof? I have this. Want proof? Well, then post your proof." All right, anyways, apparently it's a troll. Let me go back to where I was on Twitter. If you have any questions you have for Ron, I don't know. I guess put it in the chat and I'll ask him because I get nosy. All right, let me go back to where I was. Okay, and let me share my screen again. All right, this is where we were, right? It's not like she's out in the sun. I just need you guys to know that. She is so fucking red. And her eye looks raw. Do you see that? Yeah, when I said I've given up my goodness last time I slept right, it was Tuesday. All my dogs do is look out the window crying, so I can't hold it together to see how hurt they are. If I could help immediately, I would have been there. Ricky, please DM me if you need anything or to talk. I know last time you didn't want to make the stream like the focus on you, but just know you're loved and you have friends here and you don't have to go through anything alone. You don't. So let us help you. Let us be there for you, and be in Discord so we can be there for you. Okay? Has Ron paid her current apartment? He told me he hasn't given her money in a very long time. So, Ron, if you're listening, when exactly can you recall the last time you gave her money? All right, Rand said she's taking the scooter out. I eventually have a clip of that. Okay, Shugal said rules number 1 and 2 in full effect. Why would Foodie need to tell Salah about the email from the airline if he bought the Malaysia tickets? Let me guess, he bought the tickets but used your email, right, Chantal?
But yeah, I don't think the trip is going to happen because there's a message from Qatar Airways that's like, if your trip is between February 28th and March 28th, you're eligible for like a full refund. So I told Salah that. I'm like, I don't know if the trip is going to happen. I don't know what I'll do if that doesn't happen. I don't know like what else I'll do for my birthday. I'm kind of sick of this happening. But yeah, I don't think the trip is going to happen.
Sniper, thank you for being a member for 5 months. Thank you for being such a lovely, kind, funny person. Thank you, mods in chat, for being supportive and kind. Love it here. Blessings to everyone. Thank you for being our friend, Sniper. And thank you for being a member for 5 months. We love you. We love you very much. Are you feeling better? Dastardly. Well, Life by Ron has evidently stopped paying her rent, which he did voluntarily say in Milky's chat. Life by Ron is Sofa King, part of the Holy Trinity, and has hated Salah from day 1. He is. Think you honestly can't even talk to family without breaking down, so I've been sticking to myself since Wednesday. At some point, you'd think your body would run out of tears. Ricky Bobby, but nothing grows without water. Maybe this is your time to grow. That's the way I would look at it. Sometimes we hold it all in and we don't cry, and then eventually our body just needs to let it out. And this is the moment. It's tough right now, but you're going to grow from this. And especially letting your friends support you and help you and talk to you. Fondue Spiteful Bitch said, why would Qatar email you if Salah paid? Bitch stays lying. He's not paying for anything for her. His olive tree business, I'm assuming, is not booming over there right now. He didn't pay for anything the whole time they were together, but now he has money to buy her groceries and airplane tickets. Come on. If he could afford all these things, why would he need to be with her? Honest question. He's younger than her. He has a home. He has land now. He has olive trees. If he had all this money, what would the need be to stay with her? Okay. Anyways, I said she must be tired of getting kicked out of places. I heard she went on a scooter ride. I couldn't find anything about it, but truly I think it's because it was so short. Free the People did tell me he saw something on Unicorn Pondu's channel, so then I went there, and this was the scooter ride at 9:45 p.m.
Love you.
There she goes. She does all of this, mind you, to put us in her bag.
Put you guys away for a minute because I don't think they want people filming in here, so.
We're back, and we have...
Since when does she respect when people don't want her to film? I think she's tired of getting kicked out of places. Savage said, and she keeps her dummies just sitting there in silence to eat up time. Nice. Regina said, oh, I didn't understand this question, but I'm not tech savvy. They asked how I embed my videos. I screen record on my iPhone and post them. There's no embedding to be had that I do. I don't know. So I said, I just record from the iPhone and post it. They said, this is what troubleshooting says. They said they couldn't get my videos to play, but I have that problem on certain people's videos on my phone. It's likely because iPhone records in high efficiency by default. If they go to settings, camera formats, and switch to most compatible, it usually fixes the glitch for Android and web users. I don't know. Try it and let me know, Regina. I have no clue. There has to be somebody else who's tech savvy out there who knows how to fix it. It works for me, but I know when I try to watch other people's clips, sometimes it doesn't work. So maybe Twitter is just funky. Anyways, Kelly said, I don't know how this doesn't scare her. It would scare me. I don't like it when my heart races. I don't like it when I'm sick. You know that one flu that was going around? There was a time I caught it. I feel like, I don't know. It was in the last year. So I could not breathe There was like an abundance of shit going down my throat, and it felt like it was suffocating me. I felt like I was gasping for air just to walk to the restroom. And because I couldn't breathe, then my heart would race. And then I was convinced that my heart was going to explode and I was going to die all alone and nobody would find me until later the evening. Like, that's what goes through my head. Can you imagine being in Chantel's body where your heart is constantly racing, your liver probably hurts, you keep swelling up more and more every day, you can't breathe just sitting there, so you have to stay on your Cpap. Can you imagine the anxiety you would feel? I thought you could be reported on Kick for Stream without being present on screen. Interesting. She does break everything she touches, and everything she touches turns to shit. Ron, you have been funding organizations on Team Chantel and supporting ISIS funding. I don't know that he's paid her recently, though. Let's wait till we find out. Hopefully he's not involved with it anymore. I don't know. I think, despite what people think about me, when people are kind to me and nice to me, I want to see the best in them, right? So maybe he is still funding her and I'm just buying all the BS and lies. Maybe. Anyways, can we talk about how Specs is just like her friend Chantel and takes pride in being showerless, shower-free, unbathed?
Good. Try to be beautiful with no hot water with my dirty stank hair. Or I could just own the filthiness. No pun intended, Phil. But you're welcome here today, especially.
She gets in these moods, just FYI, if you don't ever watch Spec. Sometimes she acts like a literal child, and sometimes she's overly sexual, and I can't keep up with who she is. She doesn't like to shower. Her house is oftentimes a mess. Sometimes she's just drunk in her kitchen just because. But she says this. So if you are into chicks out there who don't shower, she has an offer for you.
Oh, I don't care what I do. What did Bob Saget say in that one movie? You ever suck dick for weed? You ever suck dick for baseball?
No.
Like, whose dick do I gotta suck to watch a Giants game on the
I don't think anybody wants you sucking their D because you don't shower, lady. Just saying. It's not cute to be of any age flexing that you don't shower on the internet. You're in a heat wave too. You're in California. I went out of my way to look at what the weather's been for you, and it's been the same for you as it's been for me. 80s, 90s. Take a cold shower. I could smell you from here. By the way, this is the crazy lady who likes to go into chats and say the street names by my house. She used to be a beezer. She's very weird, okay? You are not allowed to talk about her because she has a gluten allergy. You can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. Anyways, back to foodie stuff. Yaba said, we've been new. She's been wearing the Cpap. Because we read this tweet before when they said Yaba said that she wears it and she was 100% right. Yaba said, we've been new. Also, Nina, I believe, sent her money after this and she bought donuts. The life you deserve, cutie. Some would say she is living the life she deserves. It's empty. It's empty. Also, natural deodorant sucks. She doesn't shower now. No, it's a flex. She doesn't have hot water, so she can't shower. But like when it's hot, I don't know about you guys. When it's really hot, a cold shower feels so good. I will shower in cold water rather than not shower. Does that make sense? And then in this heat, how are you not going to shower when it's 90 out? Wash your ass. Anyways, Queen Jellybean called her all these names, and Rand said having a cough, a fart, and gasping for air all within a few seconds. This is her life, folks. Aren't you all so jealous of this?
For the meek shall inherit the earth. I don't know. Excuse me.
Press 1 if you will be staying home tonight farting over a Red Baron pizza. I'm genuinely curious. And will you stay up tonight knowing that you are not as pretty as this woman? Will you? This is Chantel looking like her couch. Rojo said, when did she move the boneless couch to the kitchen? Sorry, not sorry. It's what it looks like. And it looks like a tick has made itself home on the couch, and I will not see anything other than that. One that's going to be Friday night. Sarah Lee said, Foodie brings an entire pizza to the couch and proceeds to cut said pizza with a paring knife while huffing and puffing like she's lifting 200 pounds. Now consider choosing this life. Enjoy whatever's coming, cutie, because it's not good. It's going to be painful. It looks like she has cirrhosis. I'm not laughing about that, but I don't think she realizes, like, painful death is not something that most people want to experience, right? But I don't picture her just having a peaceful passing. Like, something major is going to happen, whether it's her heart, her liver, I don't know, but cirrhosis, I'm assuming she has liver problems. Her stomach is so swollen, and I know some of that's fat, but it also looks like it's getting bigger every single week. It's painful. It's not fun. And she's not going to have anything that's going to touch the pain because food isn't going to help. If she gives herself pancreatitis, which that could happen too, she's not going to be able to eat. By the way, someone found worms in their fillet of fish. Not that I was ever going to try this anyways. It doesn't look good to me. It just doesn't. I don't see this and go like, oh, I got to have that, you know. But there's worms. I will pass, and this explains why the McDonald's CEO barely took a bite out of his sandwich. I'm probably still going to eat their holiday pies, though, and definitely drink their sweet tea. It's so good. Anyways, Tired have said, eat up, Chantel, yum. Anyways, McDonald's customer finds a worm in her Filet-O-Fish sandwich, but experts say she's far from the only one. Well, there's worms in fish. Especially raw fish, but this isn't supposed to be raw, right? I don't even know that this is real fish. This looks like an onion. Oh, no. It looks like a tapeworm. I don't know. I don't want to look at it anymore. It's really bothering me. It just is. Anyways, I don't know that you should eat a fillet of fish out there. Yes, you listening. And maybe you want worms. I don't know. Ivermectin is supposed to be great for that. Yep, said this is on Qatar Airways website. What if Foodie Beauty never actually bought? Did you know I went on an ivermectin rabbit hole? But nobody tells you how much to use. Like, it's supposed to be amazing for all kinds of things. It's supposed to also cure cancer, and I don't know. Apparently they don't want us to take it because, I don't know, they could have us doing all these huge major pharmaceuticals and hooked on all their medications and doing XYZ. Anyways, I started looking about ivermectin and who should use it and what it's supposed to help. But not one person, not one, says how you're supposed to take it. They all just say you get it at like a feed supply store. A supply store? A feed store? I don't know. I don't shop at those places. Okay, I have dogs. I don't have horses. But apparently they're there. Marzi, much longer than that. I'm salary, so only get paid once a month and not enough to cover everything. Thank God I don't eat meat. Yeah, it grosses me out too. Anyways, this is on Qatar Airways website. What if Foodie never actually bought tickets and just saw this on their website? Rule number 1, she keeps saying how she doesn't have any money, so why were we to believe that she had money for plane tickets anyways? Unless Ron paid for them. Is this complimentary date changed to a new travel date up to April 30th, 2026 when rebooking on flights operated by Qatar Airways, or a refund of the unused ticket value of your ticket? I don't think this vacation was ever going to happen. I don't think they ever had tickets. I could be wrong. Press 1 if you think that they had tickets and if you think Chantel bought them. Press 2 if you think that this vacation was never going to happen. I want to see what you guys think. Oh gosh. When the profile picture said 8 inches, but the reality is a solid 3 with personality. King Savage says, reminds me of your love rat, Foodie.
Finally time to harvest this big boy. Let's see. Aw, I thought he was going to be longer.
It's a good carrot.
Finally time to harvest this big boy.
It's bigger than Salah, though. I do have to say that. Sniper put 1, Mandy put 2, For the people said Chantal bought the tickets. Dastardly Deeds put 2. Yeah, I mean, seems like a mixture. It's possible the tickets were bought and if they were, she definitely bought them. Michael Furberger posted this. For sale. Supports £500. Ideal for malls and stores. Includes cell phone holder for streaming. Beeps for reverse. Weather tested. Includes scooter for free. Oh, this is okay. This was so shocking to me. She can no longer deny that she's being fed. Do you see her from 2014? This is Amberlynn Reed. 2014 versus 2026. Wow. I hope Emily's worth it, Amber. I'm pretty sure she's feeding multiple women. You should check her phone if you can, because I'm pretty sure she's feeding Chantal too. That's not love. You won't listen to me because you think that any attention is good attention and you think this person is actually attracted to you. She doesn't want you to be here next week. She's attracted to you being out of breath and struggling to move and walk and breathe. She's attracted to the thought of you not being here anymore. That's the nicest way I could put it. If that's love to you, I pity you. If people love you, they're not trying to kill you. If she really loved you, she would tell you to go to inpatient because you desperately need it. Who do you think is bigger now, ALR or Chantal? I know they carry their weight differently. Rosie is still the biggest, and then it seems like Chantal isn't that far from her. And that's not saying Amberlynn is some skinny queen legend. Some days I can't tell who's bigger. Oh, silly, it's Lily, said ALR. Hey, Freedom, I'm on my Twister workout now because I don't want to ever look like that, but I don't think I would. No, you'll never look like that. I don't like eating. Are you having fun on the Twister? I'm so jealous. I'm going to have to get one. I'm going to take Coco on a run around the block. I don't know. I was so impressed with my little run for 2 minutes that I was able to do. So I want to try to run for 4, but we're going to do it before it gets really, really hot. I don't want to be Chantal either. I don't want to be stuck in a bed all alone and everybody else gets to experience life and I'm just looking out the window watching people experience life. I don't want to be forgotten about. I don't want to be somebody's burden. I don't want everybody have to worry about how they're going to feed me and if they're going to have to sell kidneys to keep feeding me. Like, I just don't want that, right? I want a nice life where I live a very old age and I want to sit on my porch with like 25 bearded dragons and a bunch of chihuahuas. Like, that's the life I want. Oh, silly, it's Lily, said Jordy, gathered by the chat. His laughter from the soul makes my day. And this is what I know I'm never going to be pain-free, but I'd like to feel like there's some hope with this pain. And when I move, there's hope. Does that make sense? Okay. Oh, silly, it's Lily, said Jordy, gathered by the chat. His laughter from the soul makes my day every time. The timing of ALR's freeze frame is 10 out of 10. Oh, Lordy, it's Jordy, where mods joke about unionizing and the super chats nearly take him out. I just really like his laugh, so we need to hear it. Oh. Play. Hello?
Get me another washcloth, thank you. Yeah, guys, quit it. Jordy wants Chinese sweatshop mini overalls, not some independent artist's RC Cola turtleneck. Gosh.
He's adorable. Working towards getting my license and I'm practicing parallel parking. Hey, Marsha.
Leslie, which I never got 40, by the way.
Oh shit, that was good.
What did she do to her hair right here? It looks like one giant mat.
What part of Japan?
Hi, Nishal.
Tokyo. And get me another washcloth, thank you. Yeah, guys, quit it. Jordy wants Chinese sweatshop mini overalls, not some independent artist's RC Cola turtleneck. Gosh.
Anyways, Les said Foodie wakes up at 6, eats like a hog, salad and an entire whole pizza, then announces she needs her CPAP to lie down for 20 minutes. She shows the utter state of her room. She picks up clothes to wear out of the pile, no folding or hanging up, and an empty gum container. That's great. I still see a pack of Newports on the floor. It's probably a cat toy, but I can't see anything other than that. Oh, Silly said, how quickly can one person destroy a perfectly new home? It's beyond me, truly. I mean, after she lived in Syria and she had to poo in a hole in the ground, you would think that she would be so grateful for this place. But she's yucked it up. And it's a nice apartment. I know some people don't think it's nice. I think it's nice. Okay? I think it's nicer than what she deserves. Okay, let me see if there's anything else. I'm going to check the Foodie Beauty hashtag before we go and enjoy our Friday. I will be live all weekend that I know of. I think tomorrow morning we have to do an early stream because, like I said, during the day I have plans with my sister and the kids, but I do want to recap Foodie with you guys in the morning. I'm enjoying being more on top of it and still coming live to yap, even if there's like 25 tweets. I don't know. I feel excited to do this again. I got really tired. I don't know. Can we have a moment? I didn't plan for everything to happen the way it did, but we got this new PC, and then my daughter insisted on getting a dog, which I'm grateful she did this because I just love Coco, okay? And then I went to training a puppy in all of my free time and trying to get her potty trained. And then Foodie was demonetized, and I didn't want to chase her around all the platforms she was sampling. I don't know. My hands were full with the puppy. But now, since Coco's been here since December, like, we have no accidents in the house. When she's inside, she knows that that's like, you know, we're good. We have all of our craziness outside, and I'm not so tired. I was getting really tired too. I was perimenopausal, and I was in denial about that, and everything felt like such a fucking effort. Like, waking up, even showering, like I just felt like I was carrying myself through the day and I didn't know how. But I talked to my doctor and then he put me on medication so like I would sleep better at night and I wasn't feeling so tired for the rest of the day. And I feel like now I'm slowly starting to get like everything in order and I feel like I can do everything again. Does that make sense? I don't know if it does. If you're around my age 42 and you feel exhausted for no fucking reason, like just even waking up is a huge effort to you, you might be perimenopausal and you don't have to fucking suffer, okay? I thought I just had to suffer. You don't. Anyways, on a positive, I'm not excited for menopause. I used to be. But like if I feel how I was feeling then, like menopause has got to be an ordeal, but it means I'm almost done with my time of this period shit. So I have things to look forward to, okay? She does not look like a tortoise because that is much cuter. Crabby sign. Okay. Savage said this might be super cunty, but I don't care. Seeing that Foodie Beauty is still demonetized makes me happy. Honestly, if they were going to give it back to her after everything she's done, then there was no point to take it in the first place. If anything, she's gotten worse. I think we can all agree with that. A lot of people, when they get demonetized and they get their monetization back, or even if they're trying to get their monetization back, it's your time to be on your best behavior. She got demonetized and she was talking about suing YouTube. She said she hated the platform. Like, I don't know. She's gotten worse. That's about it. Doc Remy said Grok recommended 3 different websites: YouTube Large, Tube Pilot, and Leno's Tube to use for finding out if a YouTube channel is monetized. And all 3 of them show Foodie Beauty is still demonetized as of right now. I love this for her. Yeah, it all says not monetized. Ads are not active. Sucks to suck, Chantal. Imagine you could have got your shit together the past 3 months. Maybe you would have got your monetization back. Look at all these people who are monetized below her. But Foodie Beauty, she is not monetized. I bet they could all get super chats. All right, I think that's all I have for right now. Wait, no, I lied. Application is serious business. Pay attention, gentlemen. One more clip and then we'll go.
How to apply a condom in 60 seconds.
Oh my God.
First, check the packaging, the expiry date, and the kite mark.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, all right. I am going to go. Oh, that's terrifying. Angie said she loves Salah oh so much, but shows absolutely zero concern for him with everything going on over there. None. Nothing. Couldn't care less other than she needs to figure out something else to do for her birthday. She is evil. All right, on that note, go wash your asses, go move your asses, have a happy Friday, make good memories, good choices, because I want to see you back here Saturday morning. I know next week I'm planning on bringing back backyard streams. Let me know if you guys want to do like the running adventures with me. And we could try and build up our stamina together. The cool days will still be hiking, but for the next week or so, it's supposed to be in the 90s. So we're going to stay away from the rattlesnakes. I don't want to be on the news because I feel like that's my fate if I keep, testing it up there. But on that note, Sniper, thank you for being a member for 5 months. I'm so glad you're feeling better. I hope everybody has a happy weekend, a great day, great evening, wherever you are. Thank you to my amazing mods and Breezy Bunch members. And I will see you tomorrow morning. Goodbye, everybody. Stay here, Ricky Bobby. Goodbye.